Welcome everyone to the first episode of Sheep in the Meadow. This is a show where the host of Sheep on the Loose, where I go around the halls and interview people about certain questions that we have for the week for the morning announcements. I will be hosting this show where we have a podcast. I will bring on people from the halls of Mepham and just get to know more about them, more information on them, and whatnot. This show is going to be a monthly show on our B&B YouTube page, and I want to give you guys the opportunity to let me know who you want me to bring onto the show and talk to. Just leave a suggestion down in the comments. I'll look through them, and I'll do a popularity vote, with whoever you want me to bring on. We're gonna have a new person every month, obviously, and let's just get right into it. I mean, all right, let's go. Our first guest on the Sheep in the Meadow podcast is Kevin Perry.
What's up, everybody?
All right, Kevin. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Three-sport athlete here at Mepham. I've been playing varsity since sophomore year. Play football, basketball, and lacrosse. Fortunate enough to be getting a scholarship to Pace University. Rural Setters, everybody. Good school to go to. But I've been playing sports all my life. It's kind of my character in a way, as some people would say it, but that's my passion.
All right. So I feel like we should first talk about our piece of artwork. So on the Sheep in the Meadow podcast, we are going to have a new piece of artwork behind us every single episode that we have, just to have something to,
So this is like my
catch your
painting?
eye.
This is like my painting?
This for you.
This is my
going to be
painting?
your painting.
Nice,
So
there we go.
let's get into this painting. This painting is by Peter Marco. He's like a street artist kind of thing.
Okay. Where's he from?
He's from the city, New York.
Oh, New York?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's native New York. I
Gotta
thought
make
it'd be a
sure.
good one.
Well, I know there's a lot of artists. Art's like a big thing.
Well,
so.
yeah. I'm just saying, I thought I'd bring on a native New Yorker.
Native New Yorker?
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know if you know who Keith Haring is. He's a very famous artist.
Not a clue.
Okay, well, Keith Haring was a famous artist in the 80s.
Okay.
And so this guy, I guess he was a graffiti artist type of guy.
Right.
But you can't really see in that corner. It says 178 out of 235. So there's a limited amount of paintings that he made.
Oh, so this is limited edition type stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you're in on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but his whole inspiration was Keith Haring. You can tell with the bubble drawing and the very bright colors and how everything sticks out. There's so many different things to look at. It's just a Keith Haring type of thing. I don't have my phone on me, but I have my case on my phone is Keith Haring.
Okay.
I'll show it to you after this.
Okay.
So that's just what we're gonna have. We're just gonna have a new painting every single week. But all right, let's just go getting right into it. So I know that you are one of the very few. We were talking about this. The very few athletes that are committed to college, athletically.
Yeah.
So you're going to Pace, right?
Yeah, I am.
So Pace is it's a D2 school.
Yeah, it's a D2 school up in Pleasantville, New York, which is probably about hour and a half to about a 2-hour drive from here.
Oh, I didn't even know it was that close.
Yeah, it's actually decently close. And the personally best part for me is they have two campuses. So one's up in upstate New York, as I call it, and one's in the city near the Bronx and all that. So they have a shuttle that runs from each campus. So the best part for me is I don't have to spend money on gas. I don't have to spend money on travel. So all I have to do from campus, hop on a bus that takes me to the city campus. Then from the city campus, I just walk to Penn Station. And if I want to go home, I just walk Penn Station. From Penn Station, get on a train, go home. So I got to spend maybe $250 on a train ride. That's about it.
I mean,
it's free transit.
I don't even know how much is a Metro card nowadays. Inflation and everything's got to be
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no clue. I've been to the city probably about 5 times this year. Yeah, I'm not.
Well,
I'm not a
this
city
year's
person.
pretty good. I'm not a city person either. I think I've been to the city maybe twice, 3 times this year. Same thing.
I want to go to New Year's Eve. I want to go into the city on New Year's Eve and see what that's like.
That's interesting because I've always been one of the people who be who would even want to go out here?
Yeah, I hear the stories about it, and I'm people are sitting there for 12 hours or something like that. But I'm it's an experience. It's you go to New York City, you go to a Yankee game or a Mets game, you go to a Ranger game or an Islander game. You go to sports events, you go to Broadway, you do that stuff, you tour the city. like, why not just like end it like New Year's Eve? Like,
That's a good idea.
get the honey or something like that. Bring her down New Year's Eve. Get a little kiss midnight.
That's actually a good experience. I never even thought of it like that. That's actually like a good way to like think about the city. Like I don't think I've ever been like I don't know. I feel like New Year's is like much for me.
Yeah.
Like me, like I haven't even been to like the tree, which I've always wanted to go to.
You've never been to
I've
the
never
tree
been
in
to
New
the
York
tree.
City.
The thing is like being from Long Island and like being like having the city so close. I feel like I take the city for granted. Like the fact that it's like if with no traffic, it's like a 45-minute hour drive. It's like not that far. Like if you're free on the weekend, like let's just go to the city today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just like the cities. When I was like younger, I just like the city's so boring. Like I used to think just like M&M World, and, like,
M&M World, Times Square, nothing else.
I think
That's
of M&M World, and then the big Toys R Us. Which
closed down. Yeah, with the Ferris wheel in the middle. Yeah,
I was so sad about that when I was like younger. Like,
I remember my mom told me, and I was like probably, what were you like, maybe 6?
When I went in, I was probably around like 6 or 7.
Okay, so I was probably like 8 or 9 when that closed down. I cried. I remember that legitimately. I'll admit that as a person, I cried.
Well,
when the Toys R Us closed down.
So how old were you when like Toys R Us like completely shut down everything?
I think we were like, it was probably like 2 or 3 years later. It wasn't like a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, actually no. Like I feel like it was, but it's like it's been like it doesn't feel like that.
No, yeah. You know? Like I feel like from the like 2016 to now, or like at least 2016 to like 2021 was like a complete like mind blur. Like nothing was there.
Oh yeah. Well, everything with COVID and everything was just like, yeah, no, nothing was real. Yeah. Like 2020 felt like a fever dream.
Dude, COVID messed so much up for the like sports world. It's like insane.
100%. I mean, like the bubble. I feel like those championships that are like won during the like let's take the NBA bubble.
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't count.
That does not count.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess that was just kind of like pickup games to me. Like that, the NHL, like that was all just like guys having fun, like just playing hockey or basketball, whatever was happening.
Yeah, exactly. Being on the topic of sports, I know that John Jones just won the heavyweight championship. To be honest, I'm really not a UFC or an MMA guy, but like after everything I've seen, like all the media is just like, this guy is like the GOAT now. And like I have no place. I'm no place to say what he is because I don't watch. Like, do you know anything about the UFC? Like, do you watch it?
I watched the UFC with my dad, but I could not tell you stats. I could not tell you who's champ. I could not tell you. I just know people get in an octagon ring and fist fight. That's all I know.
Like, okay, when I think of like the MMA, I think of like so like WWE's like
I think of like WWE, but it's like a little bit more like actually intense and like things are real.
But like but you have like some of the wrestlers go from like they'll go from WWE into the UFC, or they'll go from UFC to WWE. Like Ronda Rousey,
dude,
that's one name.
Ronda Rousey is like
scary.
I met her in person, and
no way.
Yeah, I shook her hand, and I thought like no joke she was gonna rip my arm off because she just had such a tight grip on a handshake. Like it was one of the scariest things in my life. It was absolutely.
Where did you see Ronda Rousey?
When I was in the city. Speaking of the city,
look at that.
So I was in the city, and we're walking out of Penn Station, and there was like a big crowd on like one of the corners, and I was like, what's this about? So me and my dad walked over, and she was like, she just no joke to look like a middle linebacker playing for like the New York Jets or something like that. She was a big girl, but like. I went over and she was like signing autographs. So I just like sat in line and I was like, hi, like Kevin Perry, nice to meet you. And she's like, she was really nice. She was like a really cool person, but she was just like I knew if something went wrong or if she just got angry, I know she'd snap me like a twig. Like it'd be bad.
Probably. I honestly like, she looks intimidating. She's like huge.
Yeah.
She's huge.
If anything happened, I'd just run like as far as possible.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
A linebacker for the Jets is crazy, though, especially since they're terrible.
Yeah.
Do you watch football? Are you a fan of football?
Yeah. Why would I?
Okay. Well, like Jets or Giants then, or else you're like a different.
No, I'm a Giants guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what are you?
I'm okay. Personally, I like cannot pick because I don't really like watch football like that.
Oh, so you're a fair weather fan.
I'm a New York fan. That's what I go with. That's what I go with. But like my friends, they like feud. Like it's like
like they have like actual fights
like
and stuff?
actual fights. Like they get mad at each other where it's the Jets and the Giants. So like they always talking about like bringing up statistics where if like and then they compare players.
I can't do that at all.
And I'm just like, yo, it's not that deep.
It's
and
really
they talk.
not.
Not only that, but what annoys me the most is that like they talk about the teams like if it's theirs, as if like they're the
as
owner.
if
And I'm
I
like,
pay millions of dollars to be here.
exactly. And I'm just like, it's not that serious.
No, it's really
guys.
not,
Like,
yeah.
just chill. I have one friend who loves the Jets so much, and he gets so annoyed when they, with the offensive coordinator, that he is like searched up many ways on like how to make his way to be the Jets offense. I swear to God,
That
the
is-
Jets offensive coordinator. I'm just like, yo, chill. Like, it's too much.
You're in too deep, man. You're in too deep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder how like people get into coaching. Like legitimately, like
Which I was thinking about when you're talking about the offensive coordinator thing, because I was
Yeah.
like, I honestly don't know how you would even make your way up there.
like I know with me when I was playing lacrosse for my travel team, shout out Rebels 2023. We were ranked like 14th in the country or something like that. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, I remember they like asked me to be a coach with them. Like it was a travel team though, so it wasn't like a high school, it wasn't like a college. But they like asked me, they're like, yeah, like if you want to come back, like you know like a lot about the game, you got knowledge, like you have stuff that you bring to the table. So I guess it's just like that, but instead of it just being like a teenager and then me going to like a travel team, I bet it's like, you know, a couple $100,000 like in a contract or something like that.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, like when you're surrounded by the game for that long, like you obviously pick up on.
Yeah, and especially
works,
if
what
it's
doesn't.
especially if it's like the game you love, like not even lacrosse, like if it's like basketball or football or something like that, like and you're just like they give you the opportunity to come back and coach or do something with the team, like I mean, it's this one, it's the game I love, and two, like I get to come here and hang out with a bunch of guys that have the same or common interests with me. Like, yeah, that'd be fun.
That is cool. I feel like it's hard. I've always like thought about too. Like it's hard to determine like a good coach. I mean, you could go off of players' records, but like so many aspects of sports about like your players have to be good, like your coach has to be good, your plays have to be good. Like there's so much like that goes into like being a genuinely good team. I'm just gonna shout out the Knicks right now because they are on a 9-0 win streak right now, which is crazy. I'm a Heat fan. I'm not gonna lie. But
Ew.
really,
From New York, and you're a Heat fan?
okay, I'll give you my origin story about how I'm a Heat fan, which I
Wait,
think
can
I
I
brought
guess?
up on our B&B show, Sports Talk, with Lily Yepez and Tyler Steinberg. Round of applause for them. But I became a Heat fan because
Wait, let me guess.
you're not gonna guess it.
LeBron.
No, it's before
Okay,
LeBron.
okay. Oh,
So,
it's before LeBron.
Before LeBron. So my dad, he was we have family in Miami.
Okay.
So like that's like they
Oh,
were
so
already
you have
Miami
like
fans.
family. Okay, so
Exactly.
you have a like.
But during the 2000, I think it was like 2003, 2000. I think it was like 2003. That was Dwayne Wade's draft class. My dad was like, I don't know how he was, but he was a big fan of Dwayne Wade, and he went to the Heat.
Yeah.
So it was just like, dude, like he just became a huge Heat fan. And then, like 2006, they won a championship with Shaq, like on the team. It was,
Yeah,
like,
and then
the
it's
starting
just
roster
like-
was like a
Yeah, it's
crazy
like, oh my
team.
God.
So he was like, this is my team. Like I'm gonna go with it. So ever since like 2003, I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I was
a
about to
Heat
say
fan.
I wasn't born yet. No,
Exactly.
three.
So like I watched LeBron come to the Heat.
Okay, so you weren't just like a guy that was
No,
like,
I
oh
wasn't
my
like
god.
a front runner. Like that was whack. But when LeBron was, the only time I like LeBron is when he's on the Heat. Like right
I'm gonna
now,
have to agree with that. Like for me, I hate when people like switch teams. Like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Scott, like all those guys, Stockton, like all those guys, they had their team and they just stuck with it. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like besides him going from the Bucks to the Lakers, but like those guys that were like legends, they stayed on their teams. Maybe it was because they had like they put like a franchise tag or something on them because they're just so big. But like, I would rather have a player that like sticks with me than like a guy that's just chasing money.
I agree.
Because it's like,
Or the title, because you have players like Kevin Durant. Who goes to
Kyrie
super
Irving,
team.
those guys, they just like dip out, and now you're just like,
Yeah, I mean, like we could talk a lot about just basketball. There's so many different sports where players do that.
yeah.
But
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What are we in? Like the third practice of lacrosse already?
oh gosh,
How you feeling? Let me ask.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like I have to prepare myself for the running because like I'm not a runner. I'm not built for running.
Neither am I.
Yo,
Here we are.
Every single time somebody asks me like what sports I play, I'll tell them, and then like under my breath, I'm kind of just like, yeah, I'm a volleyball player, and they're like,
They're like, I'm sorry, what?
It's like volleyball. like, kid, you should be on the gridiron. Like, you should be on the field. It's like, you're built like a linebacker. And I'm just like, you're right. Like, yeah,
why do you sound like a dad that like forces his kid to play sports?
Because like I feel like it's always the dad that forces their kid to play sports.
Always.
And I'm kind of just like, I've always wanted to play football, but like I never took like the step because I guess like I don't know. I never really liked football that much. I like to play, but like I don't know.
It's a buy-in, and especially from coming from such a big school that's for football, like Mepham is. It's like in summer warm-up practices, like no pads, just cleats, like out there in like 95-degree weather for like 2 or 3 hours, and just grinding it out with like your best buds and stuff like that, just running as hard as possible. Like you have to buy in, like very, very hard. Yeah. And no offense to you or anybody else that doesn't want to play football, like you have to be like mentally prepared for it, and you have to want it, because if you don't want it, then you're not going to make it in the sport, only because of what you have to go through physically as well as mentally. Like you have to get up every day, go to school, then go to practice, learn everything in school as well as on the field, and then go into the classroom for another hour and a half maybe after practice, and sit there, watch film, take notes. Like it's a process.
Yeah. I just feel like I was never really like that was like the reason why, because I was never really mentally prepared to play football. Like all my friends always told me, like, you should play, but like it's just like, yeah, I probably have the physicality to play.
Like, you definitely do.
Mentally, it's just like it would be so like draining to play.
It really is. Like you get into like when we went to semis and then counties, like guys were running on fumes. Like the guys that weren't like maybe not the best guys, but guys who really put the work in practice, like those guys were just kind of like just getting through the day kind of thing. And it was hard some days, especially for me as well. Like you got to work like really hard for it, but at the end of the day, it's fun. Like you're still playing a sport that you love.
Yeah, I mean, for lacrosse, the reason why I started playing was because my friends were like, "Yo, lacrosse is so much fun. It's walk on. Like you can play."
Yeah,
like,
and whatever he says today, like he's doing a really good job. Like first day in, we kind of threw a package right at you, explaining defenses and everything. And you may have not picked it up the quickest, but you picked it up right off the get-go. And you came in with the starters. Like you came in with the guys that know how to, play the defense. And you did really well, I'll be honest with you. Like a lot of guys would not pick that up as quickly as you did. And like that's really impressive to see.
Yo, he's making me sound better than I actually was.
All right, cool. I just wanted to do that.
Yeah. I mean, having you as like somebody to know on the team, and like you and John Marco, it's like two people that like I can definitely talk to and like understand the game better because of you guys.
Yeah.
But like I'm excited for the season. Like thank God I'm on JV because like I obviously it was
I like when guys are like that. Like when younger classmen can come to like upperclassmen and like they can be like, hey, like I need to like understand this better. I need to like do this or do that. Like when guys are able to like
reach out.
Yeah, come to like each other and form like a community or like a tight knit bond with each other. Like that creates that team mentality and like that family where it's like all for one for all type of thing. Yeah. So you're not just like going out there every day and just, okay, like I'm going to do what I need to do today. Like it's more of like I'm going to do what the team needs today kind of mentality.
Yeah. And I think that being a senior, that's like you have a lot of responsibility for that too.
Yeah.
But like obviously you're doing a great job. You're playing 3 sports? So you played
3 sports. Yeah.
Football, basketball.
I wouldn't count basketball only because of my injury. But
tell me about your injury. What happened?
So I'm gonna explain it the way it actually went down.
Okay.
So week 8, we're playing at Sewanaka. We run stretch right, which is just like a run pass option play. It's nothing like scheme like crazy. Yeah. I hit this kid. He falls. I fall on top of him, which is commonly called a pancake. So I pancake the kid.
Yep.
I then feel on my left ankle, my friend Aiden Donlevy, shout out to him. He pancakes his opponent as well, but on top of my ankle. Yeah. So my left ankle, which was on the ground like this, then went like that. But it wasn't supposed to go this way because my leg was like this. So it was like parallel with my leg, and it just like rolled over. So that happened. My helmet also flew off. So if in football, when your helmet flies off, you have to come off the field because it's technically like a technical difficulty with your equipment.
Mhm.
So I'm hobbling off the field, could not move my ankle. Trainer sits me down, puts a ton of tape on my ankle, like so it physically cannot move. So I was like, okay, we're good. We get down to about like the 1 yard line or something like that. Like we had like a really few good runs for our offense, and we get down to the one. Ball comes. We do another run play, block my guy perfectly. We score. Then long snap, and immediately after that, jogged off the field, but it was more of a hobble. So I'm hobbling off the field, and then on that weekend on a Sunday we had it wasn't trainings, but it was recovery clinics with our trainer. Shout out to Liz. Come back soon.
Everybody
We
knows
miss you.
Liz.
Everybody knows Liz like that. But she was the best. We go to this recovery clinic, and my ankle was 2 times the size it was today. And she was like, so we're not going to do anything. We're just going to massage all the swelling and everything out of it. We're going to put you in a cold tub. You're going to do like heat and stim, which like kind of recovers the ankle and forms it. So did that. Didn't go to a doctor, didn't do anything, which is a horrendous decision. If anybody's watching and is an athlete, don't do that because you'll mess up your ankle worse. So from week 8 to county championship, I just spackled the heck out of my ankle and just kind of played on it. Took 2 Advil pre-game, so I didn't have any feeling. But yeah, anything for the team. Good team. Yeah, we made it to counties, and I got all conference, and then we had 3 guys go all state. So I mean, I'm okay with it. We're good. But yeah, that's my injury story. And then going into basketball season, I was going to be the starting power forward, but unfortunately, I had a piece of the bone in my ankle fall off. Actually, so like how your ankle is, it's like this, and then there's like a little like bone right here. That piece of bone snapped off. So I physically like could not walk on it correctly. So that was happening, and it was just like I could not run, do anything. Like it was not good. So I had 4 weeks off because I had an MRI when basketball season started, whatever that date was. I had it on that day, and then they told me, all right, well, you're kind of not going to play sports for another 8 weeks, I think it was. So, which is basically the entire basketball season. So, I got to coach, which was fun.
Must be.
Yeah, but that's really my injury story for the day.
Well, being committed to lacrosse, you got to be ready for lacrosse.
Which actually was a very scary time when I figured out it was kind of like they call it a green stick, where like a little piece comes off, but it's not like a full break. So when that happened, actually, shout out to Miss Dell for teaching me that one.
For a green stick?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out Miss Dell. Let's go, Miss Dell.
She was the best. Anatomy, good class. That was fun. Take that. Yeah. You're gonna have fun in that class. But yeah, that was not fun at all.
Yeah, can't even imagine. But we know that you play 3 sports in the school. But like, what other activities do you do in school, or like what other like groups that you would associate yourself in school? I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong here, but I'm almost sure that you are a student ambassador. Is that correct?
I am a student ambassador,
so,
yes.
Me and Kevin.
Yeah.
Big shout out to both of us here. We are both student ambassadors.
Ovum. Yes, sir. Ovum.
When people ask like what a student ambassador does, I low key blank.
I just tell them that like I'm a representative of the like Mepham community. Like I say what I would say for like leadership is, or
so you're a leadership student too.
Yeah, also a leadership student. Also SALT students, student athlete leadership team, and SAVE athlete as well, which is Students Against Vaping and E-Cigarettes.
Aren't you missing? You're missing class.
Yeah, actually,
Thursday,
I'm
right?
actually missing the meeting right now. So, shout out to the podcast. Don't tell Dr. Murphy. Dr. Murphy, if you're watching this,
hey, Dr. Murphy, you'll love this. Like, I bet you'd rather him.
I stopped
be here.
in. I said I was sorry, and then I left. So it's okay. I got the packet. I don't know what's in the packet, but I have the packet, so we're good.
Okay, we're good then.
But yeah, it's fun being a part of like all these like random things. Well, not random, but like student athlete things, because like you get to kind of explore like all these different avenues of like being a leader, like being a mentor and stuff like that. So you get to like really like not voice your opinion. I would say more of like you get to like reach out and like mentor people and like help students who are like either struggling with like maybe even mental health or struggling more of like, confidence or something like that. So you get to like really like be with people and like being around people that, could use a little bit of mentorship. So you get to like, feel that side of it.
Yeah. I think that's cool. Are you going to the ambassador meeting on Wednesday?
I should be there.
Actually?
I believe so.
Hey, let's go. That's
Maybe.
hype.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure it's in the schedule.
Yeah. I like being able to miss class because of those meetings.
All day.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, hey, we do a lot of work there.
We do a lot of work there.
Okay, so I mean, some of the events that we do there, we organize the MLK Day of Service, so like that whole week of things. We do the color run, which has been like a pretty big thing around the Bellmore-Merrick High School District. So it's Kennedy, Calhoun, and Mepham. They're all just like spread more awareness to like inform people, like especially the MLK. Like we just recently did something about like him being a very big advocate on Long Island, which people didn't really know about. So that was a cool thing. But like, what other groups are you also a part of other than being a leadership student, which is a big thing? I mean, leadership is like a very big,
leadership. If you get the opportunity to be a part of leadership, do it. It's like such a good opportunity for you. You get to learn like a lot about like the Mepham community. You get to learn like more about yourself in a way, and you get to like meet with other students and kind of be another mentor to other people. But it's a lot of fun. You get to some days you get to miss class. Other days you're just kind of sitting there doing work on like how to be a better person. But we do talk about mental health. We talk about PS I Love You Day, which is a very big topic for us. We also talk about like student, what is it? It's not student leadership stuff. I don't remember what it is, but it's another thing within the community, and it's all just kind of about giving back, really.
This is great. But I don't know if any of the audiences noticed yet, but Kevin has 2 mixes of diseases. I don't even like. I don't want to call them diseases.
It's not a disease, but one's a syndrome, and then one's like a common misconception.
I guess
would
like
say.
a genetic.
Yeah, something genetic mutation.
There
That's
you go.
the word.
Mutation.
That's the word.
So
tell
them about it. I don't know if you guys realize, but Kevin has 2 different colored eyes.
2 different colored eyes,
and then a blonde patch,
and then a blonde patch.
Yeah, put your head down. Yeah, he has a blonde patch in his hair.
So the blonde patch in the hair is called Wartenberg syndrome. It happens like 1 in every. I'm just gonna throw a number, 500,000 kids or something like that.
So it's a good amount. Like
it's a good decent number, and that actually is. I have no idea how it's caused. I don't know how I have it, but I have it somehow. Okay. The side effects are I could have like a broad nose. I could have like a very like flat nose. I could have had large ears. I could have been deaf.
Oh wow.
Another telltale sign is the hair as well as my eyes. So my eyes are 2 different colors. So they put it under that category. I could have had something wrong with my legs. Like I could have had like stiffness or like muscle loss or something like that. I could have had some stuff wrong with me, but God bless, didn't have anything wrong. And my eyes are heterochromia, which if you take genetics or anatomy or whatever it is, science, something.
I mean, like, you learn about it in living environment. That's one of the things that you
yeah.
learn about it in,
Yeah, so we learned about that, and that's just a basic genetic mutation, which kind of just...
It looks cool. Like, that's not really, like, there's no really, like, negative effect for that, right?
There really is no negative effect. Besides for the Wartenberg syndrome with my hair, I could go gray earlier, but thanks to modern medicine, I can just dye my hair whatever color I want.
I was just about to ask you that question, too. Have you ever, like, dyed it? Like, actually, like, have you ever, like, taken that one piece of hair? It's just like, you know what, like, let's just go all brown today.
So the funniest part is I texted, I don't remember who it was. I texted somebody within the cosmetology program, and I actually was like, hey, like, can I actually do this? And be like, they're like, no. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because like I have to get authorization from like whoever it is, the chairperson or something like that. I'm like, all right, like whatever, because they can do haircuts, but I guess they can't do bleaching and dyeing and stuff like that because it might be harmful chemicals, and they're like worried about something.
Learning and stuff, yeah.
So that happened, and also shout out to cosmetology as well. St. Baldrick's. I had no hair on my head, like not
and you're gonna be doing that again, right?
Mom, if you're watching this, turn it off right now. Probably.
Let's go.
Because
That's hype.
because we have prom. So since I'm a senior, I get to go to prom, right? Yeah,
Gosh.
cool. I did it last year, and it was like I call it a trial run.
Yeah.
So our trial run was like see how much was gonna come off, and then like see how far it was gonna grow.
Yeah.
And it just like they took all of it off, so it took like 4 months to go. So she's like, I told her I'm gonna do it, and she like flipped out on me one day. She's like, "You're not doing this. Like this isn't happening." I'm like, "It might be happening, maybe, but I don't know yet."
I mean, I think it's a great cause, but we are running out of time here. I know. We could be here.
We could be here for years.
I swear.
We could be here for hours.
But I think it's a good topic to end it off. Kevin releasing that he is going to be shaving his head for St.
Possibly, yes.
Possibly. You're gonna be raising money for that too,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
100%.
Donate, please. Get the money up.
It's for a really good cause. I really like St. Baldrick's. But I think that's all the time that we have on today's episode of Sheep in the Meadow. We're just gonna give a special thanks to Kevin for being here. One more round of applause for Kevin.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
I can't wait. And like I said, leave suggestions, or like if you see me around the halls, which is like very likely because I go to the same school as you. So if you see me around the halls and you know somebody that you want me to bring on, let me know. I don't bite. I'm actually a very friendly person.
He's very friendly. He's a nice guy. I promise.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
So yeah, just let me know who you want me to bring on here, and you might see them. Maybe it's yourself. Just let me know. But that's all we got for today, and I guess we'll see you on the next episode of Sheep in the Meadow. So, peace out, guys.